I chose many different fairy tales that really could help the kids with some life lessons. I had 7 different books, and I had about, I want to say 3 that were happy. No, 4 that were happy ones, and then the other 3, they weren't sad ones, but they were fairy tales that don't leave the kids happy after they read it. It leaves them like, wow, like I've really just learned something, or oh, like I'm sorry that happened to him. I mean, not everything in life for these kids needs to be perfect, because they need to realize that life is real, and that there are bad things in life sometimes, and that people are going to experience things in life. But then also I had some fairy tales that had happy endings, and that truly did bring a life message. Even in the ones that didn't have the happiest of endings, they did have a life message. And in those, I just really feel like it can transfer or correlate to the classroom, because whenever you have something that teaches these young students, especially we focus on second grade students, it could teach them life lessons that could better them for the future. And that's what education is all about. It's all about progression and bettering someone for the future. You always want to progress. And whenever you teach someone a life lesson, much like all of the fairy tales I chose, and that's pretty much what I wrote about in my things that I put on the PowerPoint or in my presentation, that it's all about a life lesson. And I really feel like when I become an educator, or if I am the educator, that I would use my fairy tales or any book I read as a life lesson, because you always can make something in education, a book, anything, a lesson. And that's what I talked about. I had Hansel and Gretel, which was one of my fairy tales. This is just to name a few. I had just a few other different ones. I can't think of them on the top of my head, but these ones really do help teach the student life lessons, like I said. But thank you, and I really did enjoy this semester with